Hey guys, it's Ep15 here, and welcome back to episode 15 of my Burnley career mode. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be getting on with some more matches. The first game is against West Ham. It's an away match in the league for us to play. Currently sitting in 5th place, not doing too bad actually, just outside the top 4. Man United with a game over us actually. We do have a bit of a gap between ourselves and Leicester City in 6th as well. So we are in a good, solid position right now, about where I wanted to be come the end of the season as well. And considering there's 9 games to go, we are in a pretty good position, I think. So before we go any further, if we could try and hit 75 likes on today's episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Currently away, so this is all sort of schedule uploaded, and I'd really appreciate your support whilst I'm away to keep the channel going. And let's crack on with this first game against West Ham. We're going to have Heaton in goal. Barnes is going to start at right back in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Tarkowski, me and Taylor also make up the rest of the defence. In midfield, we've got Lennon, Marty, Cook, Brady and Barnes, and then Chris Wood starting up front for us. So a slightly changed team. Got a game against Chelsea to play, I think, in today's episode as well, so we've got to try and think about that match as well as West Brom. So, yeah, there's some big games potentially, particularly this one and the game against Chelsea. Let's crack on with this one first of all, and hopefully come away with 3 points to try and help climb maybe even into the top 4. Okay, then let's go with this game against West Ham at the London Stadium. Can we start today's episode off with a victory? Let's wait and see. It's not a changed team, but I still think good enough to get something from this game. It's whether we are able to come away with 3 points. Chris Wood over to Barnes, accidentally, now finds Robbie Brady, a good chance, what a save there by Adrian, stops it from being 1-0, thought Robbie Brady was going to definitely score that chance, but he doesn't unfortunately, and West Ham come away with the ball as well, should really do a little bit better I think with that one. Barnes shoots, oh it's a really good strike as well, had to be a good save by Adrian to stop it. Fantastic hit from Barnes, who's just still coming from injury, just coming back in for his first start, I think, maybe for us here. Certainly not had that many since returning. Out for a corner, going to place one short to Lewis Cook, opens up his body, now tries the cross, Adrian punches clear. Chance here for Chris Wood, opens up his body to shoot, and scores off the post and in. Really accurate finish there from Chris Wood. Scores past Adrian, gives us the lead 40 minutes in. Not had loads of shots, there's been maybe 2 or 3 shots for us, which you've probably seen all of them. A lot of them saved by Adrian. This time it wasn't, and we've managed to get ourselves in front here. West Ham have actually gone forward quite a bit, to be fair. They've had 1 or 2 chances to put the ball into the box and that sort of thing, but they've not actually had that many shots against Tom Heaton, so they haven't really created too much in that sense. But it's really good play here from Chris Wood, the way he opens up his body, loses read, and slots home 1-0. That's it for the first half, still win the game 1-0. Obviously impressed that we've been able to get in front, happy about that. Need to try and extend our lead though here against West Ham. Still both teams having opportunities, so I certainly wouldn't rule out the Hammers, because they could come back into this game quite easily. We could just do with that second goal to give us a bit more of a control of this game at the moment. West Ham still coming forward occasionally. Phil Bardsley on the overlap here, there we go. Get that ball in, what a cross that is as well. Nearly found somebody, but instead headed out for a throw-in. Phil Bardsley, go on. Oh, what a hit and what a save by Adrian. Out for a corner just early on in the second half still. But putting them under pressure here, searching for that second goal. Adrian again comes out and punches away. Okay, all 3 changes. Danny Ings, Benson and Carl Bartley to come on. We'll take off Roy Brady, Aaron Lennon and Ashley Barnes. Have to try and switch something up a little bit here to help us going forward. The Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes combination hasn't worked in this formation at all, so Danny Ings is going to add a bit more pace, hopefully, into our attacks now. We'll go with that. Ben Mee's going to go play as a left back. Charlie Taylor moves forward into a left mid position. We are struggling for left-sided players on the bench. That's the main reason behind that. No, don't allow that. What's going on there? Tom Heaton came to claim it and then ended up bashing into one of our defenders. Fell over and there was an open net for a few seconds. Luckily West Ham couldn't capitalise, and they are still continuing to push players forward though, so we've got to try and just stay resilient to the back and maybe hit them on the break if we can. Phil Bardsley charging forward. Somehow he's got more pace than Patrice Evra. Ball goes in. Oh, so close. Just goes over the bar. 2 sort of classic fullbacks charging his heel then. Phil Bardsley obviously ageing. Patrice Evra should be retired, let's be honest about that. The ball goes out for a corner here, and Lewis Cook is going to deliver. Anyone in there? Danny Ings is there, but doesn't get a proper connection, goes over for a corner. Cook plays short to Phil Bardsley. Now look to Ben Mee on his right foot. I think it was Charlie Taylor, actually. Same thing. What a challenge, Charlie Taylor. It might well have been a foul, but the referee doesn't give it. He blows his whistle instead for full time. We get ourselves a victory here against West Ham. It's only 1-0, but we'll take it. It's another sort of Burnley-like performance. I've had a few of them recently. It's obviously a little bit tricky at times to get things past the goalkeeper, because we have changed our sliders to make it more tricky for ourselves. That certainly happened, and it has been much more tricky. But 6 shots, 3 on target. We score one of them, we win the game, come away with 3 points. and we just about grind out a good result there. That win puts us into 4th, but probably not for very long. Man United with 2 games in hand now. For some reason they're lagging behind, probably down to European football if they've got it. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what comes of that over the next few games. We've got our young left-back going up once again, this time to 60 overall. He's doing a great job for us. He might well be someone we continue to try and train up going into next season. Maybe he's going to be in and around the first team. I'll have to wait and see. We have, of course, brought in a left-back on a pre-contract agreement, so maybe he'll end up going out on loan or be sold. But certainly he's done pretty well so far. Okay, so the next game now against Chelsea in the league. This is the team going to go with in a 4-4-2 formation. Pope starts in goal. Vidal, Tarkowski, me and Taylor in defence. Nkudu, Cork and Martin Goodmanson in midfield. Ings and Chris Wood start up front for us. Always tricky to know what formation to play when the opposition plays a formation like a 5-2-3. It leaves you with not that many choices yourself. You can't really play 3 at the back against 3 attackers. So we have decided to go with this, but it might be that we change slightly in game if we need to. But Chelsea in 2nd place right now on 54 points, I think it was. Yeah, and we're on 52, so if we were to win, then it would help, but they'd still have a game in hand. Okay, let's go with this game at Turf Moor against Chelsea. A very tough match, obviously. We're not expected to win this game against Chelsea, but I'd like to compete. I'd like to try and play some good football if we can, and hopefully we nick something from the match. We have done a good job of that recently. It's only been a goal or so against certain teams, but this is the sort of team where you need to try and nick something if you can. But like I say, much more quality on the pitch. I'm just hoping we work a little bit harder. Goodmanson with a good chance actually here. He's going to have to shoot himself though, and saved by Courtois out for a corner 8 minutes in. Didn't really have anyone to play it to, which is a bit disappointing. Nkudu will now deliver, and Courtois is going to get that, isn't he? We have to be careful with corners. He got them every single time when we last played them. Goodmanson running forward. Can he get a cross in for Chris Wood? No, it's going to go over the top of him and over the top of everyone else. Terrible delivery. Nkudu into Chris Wood. This is a big chance. He scores it as well as the onside. I think he is. Yes, it's been given. Chris Wood opens the scoring inside 32 minutes, and we're taking the lead. And we've had the better chances so far, so you can probably say it's deserved. We've not really had anything massively clear-cut. This is our best chance by far. We've taken it. We poke it past Courtois into the back of the net, and we've taken a lead here against Chelsea. Really good start to the game for us. Chelsea yet to have that many chances. That's it for the first time. Still in the game 1-0. In a good position, but I'm also reluctant to get too carried away. Chelsea still a lot of really talented players on the pitch. And they have yet to really have that many shots. I don't know whether they've actually had one. No, they've not. 0 shots. We've only had 2, to be fair. So it's not like there's a massive difference. But most of the game being played in midfield. And at the moment we are just about winning that battle as well. So I think the formation certainly worked for us. I'm just hoping that Chelsea don't end up throwing even more players forward, because that could cause us quite a few more problems. The main issue for Chelsea is that they've just lost the ball in really cheap areas. And that means they've not managed to get it into the striker yet. Straight to Danny Ings, over to Chris Wood. First time, always tricky. Maybe could have taken a touch, but I felt I was very near to the defenders and I had to just give it a go. You see the way Danny Ings brings back the ball in a good position there for us. Like I say, Chelsea just losing out possession in really bad areas of the pitch. Gave us a chance, unfortunately couldn't keep it down enough. What a pass that is to Nkudu. Great chance, cuts inside his left foot. Oh, completely sold the defender, but couldn't get anything better on it on his weaker side. And that's a big shame, was that, because it was a really good pass through initially to him. Gornings, there we go, that's more like it. Great save from Courtois, and forcing a corner. 5 minutes to go, and Chelsea are still not threatening us at all. Don't want to speak too soon, but it certainly seems like we should be coming away with a win here. They've barely had any chances, still can't remember any shots, which is not good for them. We are in a really good position right now. We're just going to keep all the possession, not do anything too stupid. That's it, finishes 1-0. It's another win that we've managed to get. We managed to scrape past another team. Again, not in particularly much style or anything like that. We have nevertheless got ourselves 3 points, which I'm really happy about. Especially against a big team like Chelsea, who are in 2nd place in the league. This is a big win for us to get at home. And hopefully that should help us climb the league table a little bit more as well. Get a little bit closer to Chelsea for sure. And as you can see by the stats, Chelsea only having 1 shot, 1 on target. In general, we'd stop them from having a lot of chances, but it was mainly because of the way we set up in the formation. Dzeko, who was playing front for them, really isolated, and our back 4 marked up their front 3 really well. And then to add to that, we had a midfield that controlled their 2 in midfield. So they didn't really have any way of getting forward. We stopped all their opportunities to do that, and consequently went to win the game. Okay, so we're now ahead of Chelsea, but they do have a game in hand still, so again, we won't get too carried away. Spurs still have 2 games in hand as well, so again, could be overtaken by them. But I guess we'll wait and see in a few weeks' time whereabouts we end up. Currently, with about 7 games to go, in a good position, obviously in 3rd place. Like I say, I'm still expecting us to drop down to probably 5th, but nevertheless still stringing a few wins together, even if they are just 1-0 wins. This week, Charlie Taylor goes up to 79 overall, continues his growth. Looking forward to him hitting 80 overall shortly. Might decide to add some more training drills in there actually for him, because I want to try and speed that up a bit, because 80 overall is a much better sort of level for our defence. I'm looking to try and improve our fullbacks. Vidal will be our 2nd choice right back next season, and we'll look to bring in a new and a better right back to hopefully try and fill in that spot. Because I mean, let's be honest, Phil Bardsley is not good enough. Player injured, Chris Wood out for 8 weeks on international duty. Our star striker, the guy who's been banging in all the goals for us, is out for 2 months. And will miss, what, the rest of the season? Most of the season? Not really too sure. But whatever it is, it's not good news. So yeah, if my calculations are right, he should be back on the 19th, which is after the final game. So, I mean, unless he makes a quicker recovery, in which case he might be back for the Bournemouth game, but for me, I think he's out for the rest of the season now as Chris Wood. So yeah, that's terrible news for us. Luckily, we have plenty of strikers, none of which are in as good a form as Chris Wood, who is our top goal scorer, I believe. Yeah, 16 goals, he's the top goal scorer. Okay, so he might well miss out on the Golden Boot now as well, which would be even worse for us, but there you go. Gonna have to deal with that, and hopefully we've got enough left in the team. Okay, we keep on getting bids in for this Mark guy, so we're just gonna release him. Release player. Oh, okay, can't afford the fee. Let's try again. Let's release the player. There we go. I'm actually paying him nearly 100 grand just to leave the club and get out, which is exactly what he's gonna do. He leaves us. That means we'll finally stop receiving transfer offers in for him. We do have a quick moment to take a look at Chris Wood, exactly what he did. So he tore his quadricep muscle, fit in 7 weeks now, they're saying. So, yeah, it's not great for us. I'm just assuming now that he's going to miss the rest of the season, unfortunately. More play drills this week, and again, our left-back's gone up to 61 overall this time round. So I think he's got 2 overalls this episode already. Incredible to see. Decided not to add any more training drills to Charlie Taylor just yet. We're going to continue to train up the younger left-back. And as you can see, the league table still isn't settled yet. There's still teams with a few more games in hand over us. And England are coming for us. Okay. No, they've not. They've rescinded it. Their loss. Johnny Evans is back from injury. That's great news. About time we have someone coming back from injury rather than getting injured. Bid in here for Biode from a team we've never heard of. Again, going to accept it. I doubt it's going to come to anything. If it doesn't, we'll again just release him. Okay, so we might actually drop down to 5th place right now, because I think Chelsea must have slipped up. I think a couple of teams must have. Yeah, Chelsea have slipped up to Crystal Palace. They lose 2 games in a row now. And so we are in 4th place. Could we nick Champions League? Wow, okay, 7 games to go still. So there is time for us to lose it, but they're still in a good position. 7 points in front of 6th. So we're going to at least get Europa League, I'd imagine. Although without Chris Wood, we might struggle now. Okay, to the final game of today's episode against West Brom. This is the team going to go with literally just 1 change. No, 2 changes for the last game. Vokes comes in for Chris Wood, and Aaron Lennon comes in for Nkudu. This is the bench I've gone with. Ashley Barnes gets onto the bench for this game as well. Let's crack on the match. Let's try and come away with another 3 points. Hopefully not just a 1-0 win though against West Brom. Hoping to actually score more than 1 goal this time. Let's wait and see though what we can get from this game. Let's try and make it 3 wins from 3 in today's episode. Okay, here we go for the final game of today's episode against West Brom at the Hawthorns. Can we get ourselves a victory? Can we make it more than a 1-0 win? I mean, obviously 2 teams playing against each other that maybe you would associate with a certain type of football. I'm hoping though that we can play the better stuff against West Brom. And we can maybe try and open them up a bit more than we have done with previous teams. Chance, and they've hit the bar or post. I didn't even see. The follow-up should have been scored regardless. It's Jay Rodriguez. No, it's not. It's Morrison. It looks like Jay Rodriguez. Morrison who puts it wide and should really score that chance. Alan Partridge can't believe it. And unfortunately for them, they don't take the lead. But we have managed to ride our luck there 15 minutes in. West Brom with the biggest chance of the game so far. Vokes trying to find Aaron Lennon. Oh, it was a great delivery, but what an interception by, I think, Matty Phillips it looked like. I couldn't quite tell. So close to landing on the head of Aaron Lennon. Lennon to deliver this corner. Ben Mee looks for a flick on. A chance. Has to be a goal, and it is. Danny Ings, right place, right time. Taps it into the back of the net. It's 1-0, and we take the lead 23 minutes in. Great start to this game for us. Great response as well, especially when we could have quite easily conceded to West Brom earlier on. They didn't take the chance, and we have done with this opportunity. Player on the line, Kieran Gibbs, should probably do much better with that. Charlie Taylor coming forward, shoots. Oh, it's wildly over there. Goodmanson to try and deliver this corner. Can we score again? Ben Mee looking for another flick on it. Nearly works once again. We still got the ball here with Aaron Lennon, but can we do anything with it? Ben Mee has it. Can he pick out Lennon with a little chip? It's more likely to go in than find Aaron Lennon. It was saved by Foster. Chance here for Jack Cork. Great opportunity. Off the post. I thought he scored that. It didn't even go in the right place at all. And should have been a second goal for us to give us a better advantage. We haven't got it just yet. Still a chance for Ings. He loses it though. And that's a bit of a shame because we had a great chance there. Lennon looks into Vokes, who's made a great run, takes a touch, shoots, saved. Goodmanson follows up. Can he find Vokes again? Yes, he can, it's in! And Sam Vokes scores. What a headed goal that is, 2-0. And we've doubled our lead, exactly what we had to do. We've failed to do that in the previous 2 matches. Not this time, though, against West Brom. It's 2-0 by half-time. That is a great delivery from Goodmanson. Vokes gets given a second chance after this initial shot. Goodmanson floats a lovely ball in. He beats 2 men to it. Just wants a little bit more, and Foster couldn't tip it over the bar. Vokes gets loads of power behind it, and it's in the back of the net. 2-0. That's it for the first half, still 2-0. Let's get on the second half straight away and try and add to the scoreline even more if we can. Vokes over to Lennon. Chance. There we go, that's the third. Now we're starting to open the floodgates a little bit. Aaron Lennon scores 10 minutes into the second half. Great chance, just the overrunning of them really on that right-hand side. Lennon just added the extra man to the attack. And their defence couldn't cope. And there we go, we've ran through pretty easily in the end. Cork plays it into, I think, Ings, then to Vokes. Quick passing through that front line. And straight into the back of the net by Aaron Lennon, 3-0. Vokes through to Cork. This is another chance. Oh, could have been 4, still might be. Goodmanson's been given it on a plate. Another save by Ben Foster. Oh, we're giving the ball straight back to us in the box. That was kind of them. They obviously wanted us to score a 4th. Good chance, but Foster was up on his feet quickly. And managed to just put it out for a corner. So close. Can we pick out Ben Mee at the front post again? This time it's going to be Vokes to flick on, and it's saved by Foster. Vokes. Vidal getting forward. Holds it up for Lennon. Ball goes in. Oh, so close again. Partly on the pressure onto West Brom. They're really struggling to cope, actually. Almost feel a little bit sorry for them. Playing it short here to Aaron Lennon. And that's not the greatest corner you'll ever see. Okay, all 3 changes. 15 minutes left. Lewis, Cook and Cuda and Wells to come on. We'll take off Cork, Danny Ings and Lennon. Really just want a good performance from Lewis Cook. I so desperately wanted to do well. I want to start him every single game, but he's just not performing in game. So it's a little bit frustrating for me. So yeah, I'm just limiting him really to a lot of time off the bench right now because I'm obviously still wanting to try and get some minutes in his legs, but ultimately if he's not impacting the game, then I can't really afford to start him. Igudu to deliver this ball into the box. Naki Wells is in there. Good flick. Oh, should have been, I think, put into the back of the net there, but it was dealt with by the defender. And wasted because we've given them the goal kick. No, we messed that up. We lose our clean sheets from a stupid decision, really. We played it. We tried to play it out at the back, which is unnecessary. We got Vokes up front. Really bad decision. And didn't realise the strikers were there. And that meant that they just nicked it off us. Left us 2v2 or 2v3 at the back. And we dived in. Really, really poor stuff, actually, from all our defenders there. Daniel Sturridge scores, and it's 3-1. Lost the clean sheets, not ideal at all for us, and a bit of a sour note to end on, but still we come away with 3 points regardless. And it's been a great performance, great to get 3 goals rather than just 1-0 wins. Iwobi delivers. Could this be a second? No, it's wide. That's it, finishes 3-1. We get ourselves 3 points, and we come away with 9 points for a possible 9 in today's episode. Really impressive stuff, actually. This game in particular, we attacked so well. We could have had more goals, actually, as well, despite giving West Brom a couple of chances themselves, which they didn't take. That early one from Morrison should have been scored, and that could have been a whole different game for us. But nevertheless, 3 points, 3-1 victory, and yeah, very good actually, considering we don't have Chris Wood on the pitch as well. So after that game, we're in 3rd place now. Really good position for us to be in the league. Still do have Tottenham though, with 2 games in hand, so they're going to quite comfortably overtake us. Chelsea will be 1 point behind us if they were to win their game in hand as well, so it is still very, very tight. There's 6 games to go for us, a few more for the other teams around us, and so anything can really happen. I'm not looking up too much though, because Man City have 2 games in hand, and we have got United actually just 4 points in front, so we're maybe not even out of the title race yet, which would be ridiculous in our first season. I still think 4th and 5th is probably where we're going to end up, but again, it really does depend how we get on without Chris Wood now. Chris Wood still sitting at the top on 16 goals. I'm hoping we can just cling on to that and hope that Perez, Willian and Sanchez don't catch him up in the remaining games. I guess I'll wait and see in the next few episodes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If we could try and hit 75 likes, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. Also, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be great too. And I'll see you guys next time for another episode. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.